Hello there, welcome back to the channel. Nice to have you here. Thanks for watching. Again, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. I wanted to make a quick video today about harmonics. So it's something that people have most people have heard of them, but they don't really know what they are or where to find them. So I thought I'd try and dispel some of the myths there that people know about harmonics and make it a bit clearer. So on a guitar string, you've basically got this whole section of string that's available for us to use, okay? So we're always strumming on this side, fingers on this side, traditionally. Now you've got here at the bridge, on an acoustic guitar, you've got the bridge pin here, and you've also got, you normally have like the saddles. So that's where the string comes over the saddle and travels up, over the neck, over the frets, this is called the nut, and these are the slots in the nut where the string goes right through it all the way to the machine head or the tuners, and that's, you've got basically this whole stretch of string to play with. Now, the frets here are not just randomly placed, they're placed very specifically so that you get the right notes when you're playing. So a shortened string, when it's tuned up to a particular tension and you play here, the string now is shorter, okay? So it only goes from this fret to the saddle, which means the shorter the string, the higher the tension, the higher the note. So for instance, let's go with the high E string, the top one here. When it's shorter, we're playing on the 7th fret, we've got a B, because the actual length of the string is shorter from the saddle to where we've fretted the note. Now back to our open strings. Every string has resonant frequencies at equal lengths on the string, okay? So halfway through the guitar is the 12th fret. Now most guitars are going to have these dots here, not all. So I'll just get that a bit closer so you can see. You've got 2 dots there so that you're able to understand which one is the 12th fret, and then you've got dots all the way down the neck. This particular guitar has dots at 3, 5, 7, 9 and 12. Also has a 15th fret marker, which is on an acoustic guitar not all that useful, but it's there nonetheless. One of the most important things about this is that at the 12th fret is exactly halfway from the bridge to the nut. And when you place your finger gently, over the string at the 12th fret, you get a harmonic. So open string sounds like this. At the 12th fret, so you can hear that it's 1 octave higher than the normal open string, and it continues to ring out like an open string. You don't have to hold a finger down or anything like that, it's just there. And each string at the 12th fret has that same function. So those are your 12th fret harmonics. Now, if we are to halve that again, we actually find ourselves at the 5th fret, okay? So the 5th fret is, a quarter of the length of the string, which means it's the same notes another octave up. So you've got first octave, next octave, and another octave at the 5th fret, okay? Now the harmonics on the 5th fret are actually a little bit harder to play. They're just getting them to ring out clearly is a bit more challenging. So you've got to be really careful with the right hand to make sure that all works together properly. Now another good one to hit is on the 7th fret. Now this one's interesting because it breaks the format a little bit. So far we've dealt with 1 octave, 2 octaves, 3rd octave, okay? Now the 7th fret is actually a 5th above this 1st harmonic note. So it's sort of between that 2nd and 3rd octave. So if we were to play them all in a row, we'll go open string, 12th fret harmonic, 7th fret harmonic, 5th fret harmonic. So we're going here. Which is very cool. So now I've got a whole other element to add into this, which is interesting, right? So there you go. Now there's a couple more things about harmonics that are really interesting. So I've got, these are all of your natural harmonics, okay? And you're able to commit melodies through this whole thing. So one of my favorite uses of this is there is an album that Tommy Emmanuel released many years ago called Collaboration, which is duets or collaborations with him and other artists. And one of the songs on the record in question is called, well, it's called Imagine by John Lennon, a very well-known popular song. And he does a performance with Human Nature, which is an Australian male vocal quartet, pretty well known through the, I guess, 90s, early 2000s, that sort of thing. But the song opens up with Tommy doing this harmonic run, and the song is in the key of D. So Imagine, the song, starts on the we're in the key of D, so it starts on the D to the G, it's a beautiful song. You should check it out. I'll put some links down below for that one. But Tommy starts it out with this cascading harmonic line, which is stunning. So it goes on. So it's this super pretty melody, and obviously he knows where the harmonics are and he can use them to create melodies out of, and he's got almost everything in the run of a G major scale. So we've got G, F sharp, E, D, B, A, G, we've got an E, D, and then he starts fretting notes. But he's able to let all those notes ring in together and cascade together. It's like this waterfall effect. It's stunning. One more time, properly. So it's one example of how harmonics can be used in a really pretty way. Now, another thing I want to talk about with harmonics is something called artificial harmonics, which you often find it's in fingerstyle acoustic guitar, but it's also in more electric guitar and I guess a lot of rock music, because once you've got an electric guitar and you've got some gain and some overdrive on it, it tends to level out the volume between each of the notes. So those harmonics are all a little bit more obvious. They're a little bit easier to play, a little bit easier to hear. And so it's a really effective technique. Now, an artificial harmonic is where you play a fretted note. So we're going to use an A chord here, for example. So we've got A. And then using our right hand, we are going to do, basically going to go 12 frets up from the fretted note to find that octave up that we found originally with the 12th fret here. So here, using our right hand, we're going to use our forefinger on the actual harmonic and our thumb to play the note, like so. Then when you've got a chord fretted here, you can go so it's a lot harder to hit because you've got to be a lot more delicate, a lot more deliberate, particularly on an acoustic guitar when you're not plugged into anything. You've got no help from reverb or anything like that. But that's a very rough introduction to what an artificial harmonic is. Again, this is a technique that Tommy Emmanuel uses very well. There's a great arrangement that he does of Somewhere Over the Rainbow, which has, again, an outstanding use of harmonics, and he is, as far as I'm concerned, he's the master of it. There's many people who've done it, but he's really probably my favorite player who does it. So we've covered natural harmonics, where to find them, some artificial harmonics and how to play them, and another way of using using the natural harmonics, I should say, is you can actually tune your guitar with them if you know what notes you need and where to find them. Okay, so if you can get this is really handy if you're playing, if you happen to find yourself in a a jamming session with a friend whose piano isn't in tune, you can get your guitar in tune with the piano, even though the piano is not may not be to concert pitch as most of us tune up to. Pianos take a lot longer to tune, so if you're playing along with someone who's not in concert pitch, guitars are really easy to get in the same pitch as that instrument. Now, using what we know about this, if you were, for example, to get an E from the piano player, the 5th fret on the E string, the harmonic, and the 7th fret harmonic on the A string are the same note, so you get this. And when they're not in sync with each other, you'll be able to hear it. So I'll detune the A just to make an example of this. So you could go. You can almost hear that wiggle as it's getting to the top, and then it slows down as it gets in tune in pitch. So you've got you've got E's there. Then same position on the next string, you've got A's. Next string, you've got D's. And then this is where it gets a little bit tricky. So the B string, because if you to do the same shape on the next string, you've actually got a G and an F sharp, which isn't really going to help you. So we're going to take a little bit of a different approach. We're going to go 7th fret on the low E, 12th fret of the B. And they're the same pitched note as well, so you can tune it that way. So instead of following the 5-7 pattern, 5-7, we're going to go 7-12. And then you can either, it's much the same up here. It's a little bit harder to do because the pitch is so high, it may not be as simple to tune them together when you're up there. So what you can do is use the 5th fret and the 12th fret, which is the same pitched note again. That sort of 3rd octave E. when you find on the 5th fret on the bottom string is the same as the 12th fret E at the top. So you've got matching E's there. So you've got pairs of notes on different strings, which means your guitar is in tune with itself, and you can tune it to an instrument as well if that's what you need to be doing. I think that's all I need to tell you or share with you about harmonics today. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments below. I am more than happy to answer anything you have. And if I don't know the answer, I will figure it out and let you know. But happy playing, happy going with the harmonics. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you want to hear more of. And I'll catch you in the next video. Thanks. Cheers.